moving on to Andrew Tate. Of course, everybody knows by now Andrew Tate was arrested. Him and his brother Tristan Tate, they were arrested for pretty much running a sex ring, a sex operation, and bribing, or not bribing, but convincing women to come live with them to do their cam work business, and then keeping them hostage, not letting them leave, doing some type of mental, mess with stuff to brainwash them into staying loyal to the Tate brothers, and then, just using them for sex and other type of illegal activities. Now, from that, of course, Andrew Tate has a lot of fans. He's really big on what they call the red pill community, where he talks a lot about, masculinity and how men need to be more masculine, and talks about the relationship between man and woman, and how a man should be with a woman and how a woman should be with a man. Now, as I've said before, I don't think that all of what Andrew Tate says is wrong, but I do have an issue with him to some degree. I've never been a big fan of his, like say I was to Kevin Samuels, and I saw a lot of flaws in Andrew's thinking. Now, what has transpired from this is no longer a matter of opinion, because you can love Andrew Tate's message he was giving. You can say that he had some reasonable things to say about men and women relationship and how men should be. You can be the biggest Andrew Tate fan in the world, or you can hate Andrew Tate and everything he says to stand for. Doesn't matter, because Andrew Tate himself has admitted to brainwashing girls, to pimping girls out, to masterminding them to do his bidding, to stealing from them, to not paying taxes, to bribing officials and officers. And he's also admitted to laundering money from illegal activities through his webcam business. This is all stuff that has been put out there. All this evidence that they found, when people were saying that, it's the Matrix is trying to get Andrew Tate because he's talking real. They put out everything he said, and it all comes from the horse's mouth. Some of it is through text messages, I think from WhatsApp, and some of it is just him being recorded talking, explaining his business and how he does everything, how he corrupts these girls, how he manipulates them into thinking they love him, and how he steals from them, how he acts like he's going to be paying taxes, but he's not. He's keeping the money for himself, how he gets out of paying taxes. And then he's also talking about money laundering, and actually we see a conversation between Andrew Tate and a female where he's sweet talking her and making her think that they're going to get married, which of course they don't. He puts them to work, and they're one of many, as they find out once they get to him. I've also got messages between what he calls his bottom bees, the girls who were helping him get the girls and manage the girls, threatening to kick a girl out the house because she wasn't making as much money. And since she had to be gone, they never want to see her again. So this is all out there. As there's been many videos of people reacting to all of this evidence against Andrew Tate, where it's clearly shown that he was committing a crime. He was sex trafficking. That's what he's been accused of, sex trafficking. All of this evidence being out there. When you a simp for real. And that's one of the problems with a lot of these red pill fans, is that at the end of the day, in your heart, you're really a simp. And you don't get women. And this is not every person that's in that community. Some people would say Kevin Samuels is in that community. I would kind of disagree. I know I'm not in that community. I'm not a red pill fan. I'm a Kevin Samuels fan. Now, though all of the men who take this advice are not simps because there's a lot of good advice, there are a lot of men who use this as an excuse because they couldn't get women anyway and kind of want to hate women. And I think these are the people who, regardless of the facts and the evidence that are coming out, and Andrew Tate himself admitting it on camera, they are still riding for Tate. And there was a big rally protest, I think in Germany, where there are, I think hundreds or at least 1,000 or so men were out there saying free the top G. Andrew Tate calls himself the top G. And they were all like, free top G, free top G. And I'm watching this like, wow, it's some simple-minded fools. It don't matter what you do. It don't matter what evidence you have. If somebody's a fan of you, I'm seeing they will put blinders on in support of you. And when you have somebody admitting to a crime, openly admitted they have committed a crime, and you still want to be out here protesting, ranting, raving, recording yourself, supporting this guy, it just goes to show you what you are. And you are not an alpha, you are a beta. And anybody at this point that's still, not saying you can't like his advice, but if you're talking about free him, he's innocent, he didn't do anything, but him admitting it himself on camera and through text messages, you are a beta and you have no idea how to exist without him, I don't think. I think you need him to tell you how to feel at this point. And if he's not out there sprouting his rhetoric and giving his opinion on things, you don't know how to feel. You know what I think is going to happen? I think that somebody else is going to come out, take the place of Andrew Tate, and then at that point, people are no longer going to care about Tate, and he can go ahead and go to jail. Because I don't think he's getting out. You know, he tried to appeal, tried to get out. Judge said nope, and they're still in jail. And based on the amount of evidence they have, yeah, that's pretty much where they got to be. And I don't know. I don't know how they're going to get out of this. Looking like some real time. And regardless of all the protests you want, evidence and facts are facts. And what is it that a lot of more conservative people like to say? Facts don't care about your feelings, y'all. So sorry about your boy Tate, but shouldn't have been sex trafficking.
It's the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack
It's
to me.
the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.